Kaizen, a factory story.
Wow, they even got anime-style voice acting. This is Kaizen, a factory story. This is apparently described as a Zachtronics-style game where you just work and you run a factory where you make things. If you know Zachtronics, or if you don't know them, then if you know them, then you know what's up. If you don't know them, just think of the most complicated puzzle games that you can ever think of. Created by somebody who I think internally was divided between their love of computer science and their love of gaming. That's probably the best way to describe it. This is a very cool looking game. Wow, this is okay, sorry. This is like thing and a thing in Japan, but like this really is a very nice chill place. I love quiet cityscapes. There's something serene about concrete quietness. There's something serene about it. And I wish my city went back to COVID. You know what I mean? Like, I wish my city went back to COVID during that timeline and then allowed me to just be at peace in the world compared to what it is now. Okay, FFmpeg. GIF, MP4 FFmpeg. Be the change that you want to see. Hey, are you coming to my birthday party? If you're coming to my birthday party, we can start it up, man. we can start the change. If you don't know what FFmpeg is, then it's kind of hard for you to do anything, right? Like, it's kind of hard for you to understand what this means. And most people don't know WebP. This is a programming game. This is what happens when you get too deep into computer science, but you're still too creative. Yo, corporate video. Spring 1986, Tokyo outskirts. My first day in the job. Oh, this is a nice animation style. I'll never forget the moment I stepped out of the taxi, stood in front of that old factory. At the time, I was just confused. I had lots of ideas about what it'd be like working in a Japanese company. I'd polished up my language skills and even practiced bowing and exchanging business cards. You know what? Okay, that is a very fair point. This is 1961 or like 1981. I forget the actual year. Okay, sorry, I have short-term memory loss. Back then, I don't think a single person from the Western world had ever known what a bow meant. It is only in recent times that people understood what bowing meant, but I remember going into my first job as a programmer, or like my first professional programming job, and I bowed, and they were like, "Is there something on the floor?" And I'm like, "No, man, look at my face. Who do you think I am?" What do you mean I don't know how to bow? They don't know bow? Do you know bow? Do you know how to bow? Wait, how do you pronounce bow? Bow, bow, bow. Like you're bowing? Bow, 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 bow. But what I didn't know was, well, everything.
Hello? I'm David. David Sugimoto?
Okay, listen, buddy. You can't say that your last name... You can't say that you only just learned Japanese if your last name is Sugimoto. I'm sorry. There's no way. Actually, to be fair, the newer generation doesn't know the language of their native tongue, and I don't know why. But like my generation of Asian people, well, even my generation of like Asian kids, like a lot of them don't know. But it's weird because I'm like, how can you be so divorced from your culture that you don't know the language? This is not like a hate on the parents or anything. It's more of a curiosity of mine because it's very hard for me, for instance, to step away from my culture, to not have to ever use my language, to like not have to like have to learn it, right? Like it's like I'm so steeped in it that I kind of have to, because everyone that I know in my life can only speak the language. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean?
Oh, yes. You're one of the new hires this year, aren't you?
Oh God, it's 90s city funk. Oh fuck, this game is so banger. Why did they go so hard on the soundtrack and like the vibe of the game? This is a game about you working in a factory. Why'd they go so hard? Oh.
We've been expecting you. Welcome to Matsuzawa Manufacturing Factory Number 1. This building has a real nostalgic feeling, doesn't it?
It does! It does, but why am I here? There must be some mistake. Why am I here?
It does. But why am I here?
That's a bad question to ask on your day one, David. Strike. That's your first strike. That's your first warning.
I'm afraid you might have the wrong person. I was hired to work on the international sales team.
Don't worry. This old factory has been through a lot over the years, but its equipment still works beautifully.
Okay, Oyama-san, you took the easy route out by ignoring my question and placing the emphasis of the problem on me. Like what he basically did was he dodged the problem of what am I doing here, and he said you figure that out yourself, buddy. Okay, our equipment works. There's a space for everyone. Okay, put on your gloves, put on your overalls, figure it out.
I'll support you, so there's nothing to fear.
No, sir. There are larger
You'll be
problems.
putting together production lines before you know it.
Sir,
This doesn't make any sense. I came from America to work in business.
fuck yeah.
I don't know anything about engineering. I didn't study it in school or anything.
Looks like we're about to start the morning assembly.
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He's ignored every single sentence that has come out of my mouth. He's like, looks like the morning assembly's about to start. Well, let's get going, kiddo. It's like, sir, I don't know, what to do here, sir. Man, I can't wait to show you around the ropes. Hey, where's your overalls?
Come join us.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. Thank you for caring about me. We listened to a brief message from the foreman about the importance of safety. Once that was over, some music began to play. Oh.
Wait, what is this? What's going on?
Just copy my movements.
Okay. Use the arrow keys to... Oh, shit. Chat, this is bad. Oh, no. Chat, my arrow keys, you know the problem, right? It's split. My left hand does left-right. My up hand does up-down. Ah! These, I've heard of these, and I heard that the culture is that you would do these to, like, exercise together in the morning with your coworkers to get started and get your day going. This is a real thing that still happens today in Japan. And Kaizen is the general term for the process of continuous improvements to the processes that make up the business and in the pursuit of better and better operations of some kind, whatever those operations may be.
I'm not used to moving so much so early in the morning.
And then what's interesting is that, like, say like Kanban, right? Most developers know about Kanban, but like that comes from an application of that mindset, and the results of like applying the Kaizen mindset and then visualizing the factory floor production line into Kanban cards so you know where everything is. Like it's there's a lot of different things that have sort of come up in programming that sort of started in this world of engineering, because programming is effectively engineering. It's just sort of like divorced from the standards, and we can do whatever. Like there's, I don't have to care about a bridge falling apart, but even though I do have to, because like I write the software for your medical stuff, and so you might die.
Are you feeling it yet?
No, but what am I supposed to be feeling, sir? Huh? I'm lost. I work in sales. How do I make money?
Feeling it? Feeling what?
You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
The Matsuzawa spirit, of course.
I don't know anything. I'm not... My last name, I'm a Sugimoto. I'm not a Matsuzawa. You got it all wrong. Oh, Yama-san, please, I'm begging you. I don't know what are you talking about?
Surely you're getting a taste of it by now.
Maybe I feel it. I don't even know what you're talking about, sir.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Just keep going and you'll see what I mean. Now let's take this spirit with us into the
factory. Part of me clung to the idea that this was all still some mistake, and someone would eventually find me and take me over to the business division. But I felt like I didn't have much choice but to go along with it for now. Eventually, someone would notice I wasn't any good at engineering. Welcome to Matsuzawa. Sir, my name is Sugimoto. I just wanted to mention again, I've never operated a factory before in my life. Good thing there's an easy way to fix that. If starting a production line was more difficult than pressing a button, I might be worried. But I'm sure that's something you can do, right? Sir, my name is David Sugimoto. I work in sales. I'm begging you. Please. I just want to make money, sir. Can I please? Where's my desk? Where's my telephone? Where is the cocaine? Every salesperson that I've ever known has done cocaine. How do I snort around here, sir? This isn't like America. I guess so. Go ahead and try it. Everything's been set up already. Okay, here goes nothing. Your goal in this game is to design production lines that build specific products, like this binder. For this puzzle, a working production line has already been designed. All you need to do is start it. Click and drag on the timeline to scrub forward and backward in time. When the product has been fully assembled, click Start to begin production. Now you see the Zachtronics. So Zachtronics is a creator of many a complex game. They started out making Solitaire, and then they ended up making Shenzhen something. They got more and more complex, and I really enjoyed what they were doing with the puzzle games. And then they shut down because they were just done with making games. I don't know why. Maybe it's just maybe they retired. Who knows? Then and then I saw this, and I was like, wait a minute, the a Zachtronics this is like a Zach like. This is amazing. It's a game about process. It's a game about logic. It's a game about understanding. It's a game about movement. It's a game about the interweaving pieces that go into making something as simple as a notebook where you write about how much you hate your life. So you go up, you weld it to the plastic. So you weld the plastic, and then you grab another one to place there, and while you move it, okay? Cool. Design approved. Corporate binder. Only at Matsuzawa. Huh. Okay, that was surprisingly simple. I didn't think you just pressed a button to start a whole factory, but I guess I never really thought about it before. Exactly. In retrospect, it's obvious that production lines need to be started and stopped. But if you never worked at a factory yourself, your conception of the process will be abstract and disconnected from reality. You won't even realize what you're missing. So what do we do with these binders now? Grab one. You can keep your Matsuzawa employee handbook in it. What? Production report. Took 4. Firefox. Here we go. Okay. 38 million yen in 1961 to Canadian. Inflation calculator, Bank of Canada. This is what? Use this calculator. Okay, 38 million yen. Conversion rate to USD, 1961. Solder.ubc.ca, 1961 JPY. Conversion rate was 360 per $1. So 38 million divided by 360 is 105,000 US dollars, which 105,000 USD 1961 inflation today is $1,140,331 to make a binder. Oh my god, record WebP. Recording WebP. Please wait. What does that mean? Can I show this to you? It is WebP, so I could just show it to you. The file was saved to your desktop. Oh shit, really? Yo. Wait, it does. Oh, that's cool. Wait, I can... Oh, wow. Okay, well, I guess this thing doesn't really know how to show WebP. So how about I show WebP by opening it in Firefox, which can show animated WebP. Okay, this is a weird roundabout. I need to save it as as a GIF. I think I need to save it as a GIF. But this is kind of cool. So this is the WebP. This is the video recording that I made with a little. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna make the most convoluted solution that I can and save it. Okay. This is a cool concept. I like this. Portable radio. Now I'm gonna give you some components, and you'll assemble the product. Hold on. That sounds like a big leap from just pressing a button. Radios like this really take me back. They were some of our first export products that really took off. That's great, sir, but I still think it's a bit much to ask me to figure this out. Here, do you see these pieces? Yeah. And do you see the final product here? Yes, okay. When you put it like that, I do see how they fit together. Go on then, show me. Your goal in this puzzle, buddy, this is worth $1 million. Should I be doing this? I don't know if I should be doing this. It's worth $1 million. Your goal in this puzzle is the designing production line that builds this radio. Radios are made of the parts, which must all be combined to make a single finished product. When two parts are adjacent to a welder, they'll be automatically combined. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. We're going into the deep end, eh? So this is the thing we need to make. I need to somehow go like this. So I need to go like this, and then I need to somehow rotate this. How do I rotate this? So how do I do this? What got welded? How do I weld these two together? How do I do this? How do I rotate this? Oh. Wait a minute. If I only weld these two together, is that enough? Like, shouldn't it be welded all together? Like, wouldn't I have to weld here, and here in real life? Do I have to do 2 welds, really? Cost? 10 million. What? Well, I'm sorry. What? Each of these welders is 5 million? These are worth 5 million. Each of these? Really? Fucking kidding me, man. Yeah. But 5 million. Sir, I don't know if I should be here, sir. I don't know if... I think I'm wasting your money, sir. I don't know if I should be doing all of this. I don't know if $5 million is something that I should be in charge of, sir. I don't... Not bad. When I take in this old factory, I almost feel like I've traveled to the past. This radio definitely looks old-fashioned. Is there any reason you're making it now? Because they still sell, especially in places where price is more important than having the latest cutting-edge products. This factory line may be old, but it's inexpensive to operate. Inexpensive. By the millions? Inexpensive, really. And there's no use letting it sit idle if we can still use it to produce something people want. Don't worry, we'll get to more advanced cutting-edge products later. Just remember to develop your capabilities continually, little by little. Continual improvement. That's right. A key concept in the manufacturing philosophy here. Yeah, it's called Kaizen, buddy. It's the title. You know Japanese now, buddy, Mr. Sugimoto. It's a specific word for it, but I'm not thinking of it right now. I'm sure you'll remember it soon. For now, let's go back to work. You don't know Kaizen. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know anything, buddy. You know nothing. You know nothing about the... you know nothing. Close puzzle. An office lady.
Oyama-san, here are the copies of the employee handbook that you requested.
Hello. Tomoe, hello. Hey, my name is David Sugimoto. I'm from around here, as you can tell. Or I was from around here. I don't know. Maybe I went to America and maybe I came back. Or maybe to be fair, I mean, America in 1961, treatment of Japanese people wasn't that good. So, I mean...
Oh, thanks. You can set them over there.
And this must be the new employee.
Yes!
I'd heard there was an American joining us this year.
Hello. You weren't expecting a Sugimoto, were you? Sorry. When you think of a Canadian, like if you work overseas and you think of a Canadian showing up, you think of this. You think of this. You think Yeah. You think of this. Like when you think of Canadian, you think of this. Let's see. Go here. Here. Perfect. You think of this. You don't think me. You think of this. This is what you think of when you think of Canadian, right? So her image of what an American was probably completely different.
You heard correctly. This is David from Indiana.
That's a southerner. Okay, sorry, says the Northern Ontario person.
Nice to meet you, David from Indiana. I'm Tomoe.
Wait, we're also Southern. Are we in South? Oh no, that's a Texas Southerner. Oh, sorry. Well, no. Well, I mean that is true. Which is a no. Which I don't know anymore. I don't know. I'm getting my stereotypes all mixed up.
I hope Oyama-san isn't giving you too much trouble.
I wish you gave me more trouble. No trouble at all. I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna make him look as inept as I can.
I have no idea what's going on.
I'm sure that's not unusual. I see Oyama-san has really taken you under his wing.
It's only natural. This time is very important in a new employee's development.
Very true. If you get them early, they'll swear fealty to you. Can I say something about Japanese work culture? Japanese work culture, I know it sucks because you can't, like, you have to work overtime, you have to go drinking with the people constantly, right? But, like, I saw a resume of a person who made this Emacs plugin, and I was like, okay, that's cool and all. He's been working at DNA for like 16 years. Because apparently, when you work in Japan, even though you work long hours and it fucking sucks, you also basically never get laid off. I feel like I need that. I would like to work at Nintendo and never leave. I would like to be there for the next 30 years and never leave Nintendo or Square Enix. I will go out and drink with you if it means that I have a stable job for the next 30 years. There are things that I would do. However, in saying that, the grass is always greener, right? But this guy has been working here for maybe the last 40 years. His job security is amazing. He's been getting paid a stable wage ever since. All they need to do is make binders.
Learning the company's history and policies is one thing, but truly becoming a part of it is another matter.
Yes.
And if you ever want to learn how to serve tea and make copies, come to me. I'll show you how it's done.
Now, I will say the misogyny within the workplace and relegating every woman to just being like a secretary person does suck. Because, you know, there's a lot of women in my life who would want to be more. Like the mod. You know the mod? She wants to be so much more. And yet the misogyny that she faces every day, you know, she has to go do groceries in the middle of the night, come home and make the daily soup. I'll fight for your freedom.
Sure, that sounds great.
David.
That was a joke, David.
David, I know it's 1961, but I swear to God, I know I'm a woman, but I swear to God, I know more than you. If you come to me to ask how to make teas, or how to make coffee, or how to make photocopies, I'm gonna kick your ass, David. All right? I'm a power boss. I'm a girl boss.
After all, I'm sure you'll have more important things to do.
Yeah, like design a factory line and hope it doesn't kill someone.
I see.
Your humor over here in Japan is very different from mine back in America. As you can see with this clock, it's important to come up with new product ideas that can be made with components we already have. Isn't this just two clocks stuck together? Tomoe, shut up! Well, yes, it's a world clock, you see. It's for the world. You get to see all the times around the world, Tomoe. Don't look so cloistered. Don't look so close-minded for our American friend, Tomoe, okay? This guy's from America. He's cool with it. You can display your local time on one clock and have the time somewhere else on the second one. It's useful for international business people. Isn't that right, David? I suppose it is. The time differences can be pretty large. What time is it in Indiana right now? Well, if it's 3 p.m. here, that must mean it's 2 a.m. there, I think. Ah, so they're sleeping peacefully while we're in the middle of our workday. Are you jealous, Tomoe-chan? Maybe a little. Tomoe-chan, I don't know how to tell you this, but yeah, time works differently where you are. Some products like this clock use the same part more than twice. Parts can be moved using arms. Control them by adding commands to the timeline, like this push command. Okay, here we go. Now we get into the programming logic, and this is where the Zachtronics DNA starts to come out. Target A, effect, grab. A push command with a negative number becomes a pull command. When using a pull command, you can also turn the grabber off. Additional parts will automatically appear when the starting location is empty. Right-click on commands to change their parameters. Thank you. What's your name again? Sorry. What's my boss name again? So it's this spot. It makes more when it spawns. Okay, so when it spawns, that's how it matters. So I could do anything. I could even pull it, which might even be cheaper. Well, how much more expensive is it to push? That's an arm. How do I do this? Oh, I installed a module. Okay. Move 3 spaces. I don't want to grab. Does this increase the cost? Does this change anything about the cost? The area is a lot. The area that it needs is a lot, but I don't know if that changes the cost. So you push it. So you push it, but you don't grab. Tools that have moved cannot be edited, okay? But I'm gonna push it and it's not gonna grab. So it's not gonna grab. Then I'm gonna pull it back by doing this. So I'll then move 3 by -3 to pull it backwards. Okay, can you stop sucking? Stop sucking the thing. Okay, pull it back. And then I weld here. That's $13 million. That's 13 million yen. Like this can't be right, right? The new Matsuzawa World Clock, design approved. Here, why don't you take one of these for yourself? For me? It might come in handy. You could set one for Japan Standard Time and another for Indiana Time, whatever that is. You Americans and your time zones. Here, there's only one time, Japan. Then you'll always know what time it is back home. Yo, why the fuck is there one time for Japan? And why the fuck is there like a million different time zones just for America and Canada? Like, who gives a fuck what time it is in Toronto versus Vancouver? Like, buddy, the sun don't shine the same time for the both of us, so does it really matter? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if it's... Look, wintertime, it gets dark by 30, so it doesn't matter what time... The time zones don't matter in Canada, because wintertime throws everything for like a loop, okay? The sun disappears during winter, alright? We are cold as shit. So what's the point of all these time zones when a place like Japan, with all 4 seasons, can also be one single time zone? I feel like we messed up somewhere. Kid, it might be useful if you were going to call your parents. That's right. I've been so wrapped up in learning all of this that I almost forgot I should do that. Thanks for the reminder, Tomoe. Of course. It's no good if your parents aren't proud of you too. What? No, who gives a fuck if my parents are proud of me? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if my parents are proud of me? I'm here to make money, sir. I don't give a shit about my parents being proud of me. It doesn't matter. My parents could hate me and I'm still rich. Check out my cool new GIF. I made that from scratch. Costs 13 million yen. 13 million yen. That's kind of crazy. Sports watch. This wristwatch was another of our early products. Originally, we wanted to make it solar powered, so it would never run out of battery. That's right. We also considered adding a function that could read your mood. Wow, how would something like that even work? Well, I wouldn't say it ever really worked, really. We decided to make a regular wristwatch instead. Sometimes you have to settle for what you can achieve within your means. Sorry, that's what fucking losers say, alright? In the world, if you did business in America, we would eat you, man. Eat you, alright? In America, we aim big and we do it big. We work hard and we party hard, alright? Enough engineers on enough cocaine could figure this out. Some parts are different on the front and the back. Click and hold the flip button to see the other side of the parts. Use the arms and flip command to flip parts. Products must be faced up to be recognized as complete. Oh. So why do I care if it's on the back of or the front? Like, why does it matter to me? Why does this matter to me? Because I only get one component to put the straps in. And the straps are gonna be like this. Because one of the straps is backwards. Like, this strap over here is actually backwards. Or sorry, it's flipped. This strap is flipped. How do I do this? I don't get it. I have one of these, and I need to flip this. So how do I flip it? This flip command says flip on A. Okay. Oh, I get how. You just do this. So when it flips, No, but I need to weld it first. So I need to go like this. So I need to go like this. And so I weld, then I flip, and then it welds. You know, right? And then we flip again. Matsuzar Sportwatch, aisle 4, design approved. Do you think that's a real barcode? That's certainly a wristwatch. Now, I'll admit, some of the ideas we originally had seem far-fetched. But even if they aren't possible today, it's important to be thinking about them. On that note, I'd like to hear your ideas. Nothing is too silly to be considered. Yo. You guys make webcams? It's gonna be a hit once the VTubers come. You've got to forget the hardware, drop the factory, go into software, make this thing called VTube Studio, okay? Live 2D, crazy. You don't understand, man. HoloLive? This is Japan that we're talking about, man. We sell dreams over here. What about an edible wristwatch? Somoe, shut the fuck up. Go back to making tea and doing photocopying, okay? Leave the genius stuff to us, okay? Just do whatever you were doing before. What about an edible wristwatch? Oh, so when you're hungry on the train, eh? That's a good way to make money. Okay, maybe there are some ideas that are too silly to be considered. What about an invisible wristwatch? Oh, David, now you're just being absurd on purpose. You said nothing was too silly. David's stupid. But also, an invisible wristwatch is really good for the soldier on the field. The special operations team might like that because they could tell the time and then they could hide it when they don't need to. Look at that GIF. So nice. From South Bend to Tokyo. South Bend? What's South Bend? South Bend Automotive. Auto repair services. Your car, our problem. Independently operated since 1954. Hey there, champ. You getting this? Means you made it. How's the land of rising sun treating you? I know you only just got there a little while ago, but we can't help ourselves and want to know all about the trip over. What your life is like there. You're getting along with your coworkers so far? Hard to believe you're almost 10,000 miles away right now. You might have heard me say this before, but Japanese companies are known for having a very rigid superiority system and aren't exactly in the habit of promoting people on merit. And it's especially tough when you're from outside the country. Sure, maybe you aren't going to have that corner office anytime soon, but if I've learned one thing in my times, that no matter where you are or what situation you're in, the key to a successful career is a consistent and applied effort over time. You know the speech. Let us know if you want anything from home. I'm sure there's lots of amazing food to eat there, but maybe you're missing a good pork tenderloin sandwich. We can airmail you one. Your mother tells me this is a bad idea. Well, I tried. All the best, Dad. I feel like once you go to Japan, you never want to eat food back at home. Me and the mod were having this discussion once where we realized that the food here is ludicrous in price compared to the food in Japan. Because she mentioned that when her boyfriend and her went, they got street food for pennies effectively. Whereas over here, you order like a street sandwich or a street ice cream, that's $15 gone. It's like, I don't even know what to do. And the food doesn't even taste good here. Field binoculars. I'm sorry, are we making things for the military in 1986? I had an idea for a toy that simulated night vision goggles. Of course, real night vision was beyond the capabilities at the time, but I thought a device with colored lenses could be fun. Once we started to build it, it turned out that people really liked the idea of inexpensive binoculars you could take with you to the beach or the mountains. I didn't realize that you were the one having a lot of these ideas. It wasn't just me. We all tried our best to come up with something that people would want. I see. So the search for new products never ends. Now you're getting the idea. Like welders, riveters are used to combine parts, but they are different shape and target different grid squares. What? Oh, they are, yeah. Oh, hey, cool. That's it? I'm sorry, that's my entire tutorial? Okay, I'll figure it out. Don't worry, sir. Yes, sir. Don't worry, sir. I'll figure it out. Yep, I'll figure it out, sir. Yes, sir. Don't worry, sir. Is this an infinite grid? I think it is. It's just one long infinite grid. That's kind of cool, actually, that they did this. You can tell that there was a lot of thought about how to make it work and how to make it so that you can never really be lost in the space. Like it's This is one heck of a game. I actually really enjoy the flow of this a lot. I know it's hard to sort of say, you know, or it's hard to show how enjoyable this is as a game, but I like the various thought processes that you have to get into to be able to figure this stuff out. So this rivets on this side, like so. So you weld over there. This needs to go here. I'll do mouth to mouth. It's a puzzle game that feels a lot like a Zachtronics game, but to say that it's a Zachtronics game, I think is almost demeaning to what this is. I feel like this is uniquely its own style of puzzle game, where Zachtronics I think leans more towards the programming side, but this is more of like the logical side. Like it's interesting how much this seems to lean towards the logical step-by-step motions and sort of order of operations, very much in the same vein as a Row Factory line. Like I actually think that this is a much more interesting and compelling concept on its own than just to compare it to a Zachtronics game. I actually think that stands on its own very, very well. Genuinely. Very good. Matsuzawa Field Binoculars IO5. Design approved. These binoculars aren't bad, even for today. I can totally see a crow pecking at the trash over there. They turn out okay as a product, though I'd still like to create night vision goggles one of these days. You see, the military is, This might be a weird question, but what made you interested in designing toys? Originally, I didn't care for such things, but when my nephew was born, I started to think about it. Ah, so that's what did it. Children. What do you think makes a good toy? For me, a good toy acts like a spark for the imagination. A spark for the imagination? Here, let me show you what I mean. I also like that there's different levers that you can pull to figure out, you know, how to optimize things. Though in the beginning, like I'm assuming the humble beginnings is you can't optimize this very much, and maybe we'll get to that point of eventually. But I like that there's a possibility, like it's teasing you on the possibility of what you can do, and it's a good opening to what this game is trying to sort of show you from a gameplay perspective. I also like that this game has a very interesting story. Not that like other games of this type don't have a story. I think a lot of games of this type have a very interesting story. Like Replicube has an interesting story where random people email you from apparently your public email to send you things like, you know, like a CAD schematic to make some like puppy that you eventually, you know, kill by popping all the like bubbles, right? Or like Zachtronics, where you're like a hacker that's working with an insurgency group to like, you know, shut down the government. Like it can get pretty intense. Like the stories are there, but it's specifically this story. I like how this story stands on its own, and it's a much more lighthearted take on what is a factory. Like what is this type of work? What is effectively blue collar work? Like what does it mean to create something, and what is the purpose of our creation? What is the purpose of us, you know, doing this with these materials and converting it into something? It's not just sales. There's also a story behind these products of like, you know, I'm making these products as toys for the kids. I'm making these products to help people's lives get better. I'm making these products to help with like business people so that they can take care of their business relations on like an international landscape. When you wake up at 3 a.m. to call your coworker over in Japan to say, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like that's cool. Now this really takes me back. Who doesn't love a toy robot? Let me guess, Oyama-san, you want to make it walk and talk too. Of course. Like our other early products, we had ambitions that were a little bigger than our capabilities. Luckily, kids have lots of imagination, so they were able to make up the difference. Beep boop, beep boop, destroy. David, Mr. Sugimoto, you know you're like 37, right, Mr. Sugimoto? It looks like some adults have lots of imagination too. That's not exactly what the robot's personality was like, but you've never seen the show it's based on, have you? You should watch an episode or two if you get the chance. Don't tell me this is part of its education too. It is! It's important to share cultural reference points. Exactly. How can you make a toy based off of an IP if you don't even understand what the IP is about? Like, buddy, the whole point of a Gundam toy, okay? The reason why it was so cool was because you could shoot things. I'm not even kidding you. The best part of a Gundam toy was that you could shoot things and it had really cool lines, right? if it didn't have the guns to shoot, I would say that they missed the point of what Gundam was. From now on, you can use as many tools as you want. Compete with your friends, optimize for speed, cost, and size. Yes! Like, Roppongi VIP. Defend About 1971. Ginza Gold Card. That's funny. Just in time. Yep, just in time. Just in time. Kanban's Kaizen Star. Ghost of Miti. Heisei Hangover. Wow. This is a very... They thought a lot about how to, like, inject this with the feeling of Japan. I could just make him any way that I want. I can be as complex as I want. Can I spin him forever? Can I just keep spinning him? Time to die! Time to die, Optimus Prime! Time to die, Optimus Prime! You can just twist his head off. Holy fuck. Time to die, Optimus Prime! Optimus! No! Optimus, no! What have they done to you? Your head! This is a sick game. Oh, this is sick. POV, by the way, you're watching your coworker set up the factory production line. Like, you're watching this new guy from America that you took in, like your... Like, basically, like your, like, work son, right? Because, you know, people have work wives and work husbands. You also have work sons and, like, daughters. So this... So my boss has taken in David as his work son, and he's spending all of 8 million yen to do this. He's spending 8 million yen to act out a scene where Optimus Prime gets his head torn off. I exist in a state of pain. Everything hurts. Okay, well, I can do anything. I can actually just use as much as I want. But I only get so many components. Like, I only get so many entry points for components. You don't get an infinite amount of entry points for components, which is interesting to think about. But now I wonder, is there a way to optimize this by a lot? Because, as you can probably tell, I need to churn him from his cock, don't I? I need to give him like a twist from his cock. Oh yeah, look, I can twist him from his cock. Wait, I can do anything. I can do anything. I could make any version of this dude. In so like as long as I have the money and the capability, I could do anything. Okay. How do I want to do this? I think I need to do it like I think I need to do it. Yeah. Okay, so we can do maybe here. So maybe like this. So like this, yeah, because I can go out like you see what I mean? Like you can do you can do anything. You can do anything. Okay, wait. So I can go like this, and then I just need to twist them. Perfect. And then I need to twist them the other way around so I can see his face. I need to be able to see his face somehow. So maybe push him up one and then... Well, I do want to see his... Oh, you know what? No, this is good. So like this first. And then I can just... Okay, so do this. And then at B... you push 2. And I push 2 because I need to... Well, I mean, I guess just push 1. B, push 1 up, don't grab, and then weld. Beautiful. And then pull it back. So B, pull it back, don't grab. Okay, pull back 1. Okay, and then another one should spawn, and you just keep doing that as much as you want. Can I see like the results of my Frankenstein? Can I see the results of my dude being built? When does the head spawn? How come the heads don't spawn? Oh, because it's a number. Shit. So you can't get an infinite number of heads to weld onto his crotch. Well, that's a bit of a... Okay, well, my idea has now... okay, I'm going to cancel my idea. It doesn't work anymore. Still kind of funny, though, that I can put his crotch at the bottom. There is something funny about that. Okay, cancel. Weld his head in. Fuck it. I'm not gonna bother making like a crotch demon. The crotch demon thing is too hard. Let's just do our job. So, sir, you sure Tsugamoto's up for this? Yeah, I'm sure. Look, he's so creative. Look, he's making cockbot. He's making cockbot. He's making cockbot. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, sir. What, you like cockbot? Sir, this is really inappropriate. It's not that serious. How do I get the head to go on? How could you possibly maximize money? The head must be centered and must be welded on. The welder can only go so far as like one space, right? Because the area that this thing affects can only go 1, 2, like these two spaces. So the head has to kind of weld on like this, which is kind of poopy. Can I go even further back? I don't know. No, so it has to touch. And then I would flip it by the crotch, which is unfortunate. You know what? Okay, I'll leave it long so he feels strong. I'll leave it long so he feels like he has something going on, right? And you just spin it. And then you spin, so you spin, weld, spin back. Amazing. Matsuzawa Defenderbot IO6. Design approved. I'm getting fired. Even though this is just a simple robot toy, the development of robotics is rapidly advancing. Yeah, 1961, that must be crazy to think about. Because, well, sorry, in 1968, because there's no way that the robots back then were nearly as cool now. One day soon, we really will have robots that walk and talk. They might even dance and sing. That sounds fun, but I'd rather have a robot that cooks me a nice dinner after a long day at the office. So true! Yes! Where is my house-made robot? I don't want a robot that makes me like a funny video or an image. I don't give a fuck about movies. Okay? Like, I don't want a robot that makes me movies. I don't want a robot that could like walk up and down mountains. I want a robot to make me food and suck my dick. That's all I need, man. If you hold Alt, I don't know why, but...
I don't see why that couldn't happen as well. Robots will be able to do anything. Matsuzawa Manufacturing.
This is a built-in feature.
Matsuzawa Manufacturing. Oyama-san. Even though Tomoe, I don't see why that couldn't happen as well. Robots will be able to do anything.
This is the best game I've ever seen because I can't believe they built in a built-in accessibility feature on the Alt button. Wow.
Matsuzawa Manufacturing.
I will not narrate a single line ever again.
Beep beep neighborhood bully detected deploying space red.
Wait, no, it fits so well when he pretends to be the robot. It's so funny. I don't see why that couldn't happen as well. Robots will be able to do anything.
Beep beep neighborhood bully detected deploying space red.
It seems like robots inspire both of you in different ways. I like this. I like this as a game. It's kind of funny. Can I go back to that? Can I go back to the storyline, like the initial storyline? Story intro, here we go. And this really takes me back. Who doesn't love a toy robot? Let me guess, Oyama-san, you want to make it walk and talk? Of course, like our other products, with ambitions that were a little bigger. Luckily, kids have lots of imagination, so they're able to make up the difference.
Boop beep boop destroy.
Wow, David, you do a really good robot voice. You're really good at this.
Portable radio. Tokyo out 1. On Steam. Wish list now. Humble beginnings.
The Matsuzawa way. It took me a while, but I finally understood what Oyama-san was doing. He was giving me hands-on experience with the factory equipment, as well as a close-up look at the company's history to some of its first products. Which, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out, but I'm glad that David eventually wisened up to the idea and eventually, warmed up to the idea that he doesn't need to be in sales. Sales is a soulless job anyways. Now you're working with technology. You know what I mean?
As well as a close-up look at the company's history through some of its first products.
I suddenly came to a new appreciation for this way of introducing me to the company as a whole. A deep understanding of how products are made would inform how I approach sales. Or at least that's what I thought.
David, this is Terahata-san from the business division. He's here to take you up to headquarters so you can start that job in international sales.
David, this is Terahata-san from the business division. He's
Just
here
play
to
it
take you up to
afterwards. It's like,
headquarters so you can start that
sorry,
job in
sir. I
international
don't think
sales.
Sorry, sir. I don't think our like talking back robot. It really works.
Oh, I see. Indiana, was it?
Yep. Indianapolis. Is it the same thing? Is Indiana somewhere else?
Yes, I mean, that's the state I'm from.
Yes. It's also the state that I'm in.
Huh. You're like a real Indiana Jones.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure that Indiana Jones is actually from Indiana.
Where is he from then? If he's called Indiana Jones.
In Japan, though, we say Indy Jones.
I see.
Oyama, I need to ask you a favor.
Of course, please do.
We need someone to help set up the plastic food operation. You know, Ishibashi and his team. Do you think Indiana David here can do it?
You like Japanese food, don't you?
You like that Japanese food, don't you? You like that ramen and that gyoza stuff? I sure do. I'm still getting used to it. I sure do.
I sure do.
Then you're in luck.
Oyama, you should go with him.
What?
What? This voice acting is impeccable. I love the way that he said, "Oh, what?"
I'm concerned about an American going out there on his own. You should go with him. Help him succeed.
Whoa, buddy. I'm concerned about a Japanese person telling me what to do, all right? I know food, okay? You know, in America, we eat good. We got them hamburgers with buns, not like with vegetables or potatoes or however you serve it here, okay? The hamburg is a burger that goes between the buns, not on a plate with gravy.
Hope you have fun out there.
You too, Moogie. Lend your sincere support to them both.
Wait, me too?
That's right. The three of you together will help each other and help Ishibashi. This is what our company needs most, so you're doing important work.
One, is it demeaning for him to call her Mogi? Or is that like a respectful thing? Or is it a scene, or is that like a sign of like he's exerting his seniority in a way that is, like within his rights, but also slightly uncomfortable? You know what I mean? Like, is that what he's supposed to do? I can't tell. I wish I understood the Japanese language. I'm just kidding. Like this, it's really hard to understand what the characters are saying when they're speaking Japanese here. Like, I can't imagine what that must mean.
Any questions?
This is it. This is the infamous going out to drink and, you have to stay out there to make business relations. To be fair, it's weird here, but like we do this in a different way, right? And this is not, as far as I can tell, it's not because my workplaces were all Asian, including me. Like, it's not because we were all Asian that we did this too. But even in places that have like a very diverse set of people, or just like traditional Canadian stuff, you still do build relationships very much the same way. It's actually not that much different for you to take time to go out with your coworkers to build a relationship that you can then lean on in the future or even at the moment for whatever that you need within your company. Here, it's just more explicit and maybe lasts a lot longer and involves a lot more alcohol. But I remember having to go out for drinks quite often, actually, very often. And we would go out for lunch. And then we'd come back, and then we'd go out for drinks after work. And I'd be like, okay, that's a lot of drinking. I don't know if I could do this. And I'd go home, like, slightly way too tipsy. And I'd be like, this is a bit much. But it happens. And I think it's just true of any business, is that any business has this side of it where building relationships is the most important part, because without the relationship, you don't have the business. And a lot of people seem to commune and sort of like bond over alcohol, which granted is probably changing in the newer generation, because I've heard that the younger generations are stepping away from alcohol, and so I can't wait to see what is the new bonding activity. My hope was that arcades and escape rooms would be the next bonding activity, but I haven't been able to swing that any place that I've worked. So Gen Z, Gen Alpha, yo, it's on you, man. From a millennial, I need you to make it hip and vogue to go to escape rooms and to go, arcades, go mini golfing instead of going out to eat and drink to socialize with your coworkers. I need you to inject the fun into the business relationship thing because I couldn't. And I don't want to drink anymore. That night, we went to the bar to blow off some steam and talk about our unexpected assignment.
Wow.
These
After
illustrations.
all that, I guess I'm not going to headquarters after all.
I love these illustrations and listen to the ambiance. Like, let me boost the volume. Listen to the ambiance. Listen to how much effort they put into making everything look and sound and feel like you're there. Even that last scene. Even the last scene when you're out in the street and you see people drunk and you see people hanging around the bar, the restaurant. This game is a visual treat. And the style is incredibly compelling because it's not just it's not a classical anime. Well, it's an anime style, but it feels it feels like a classical anime style from ye olden days of anime. It's very interesting to see this come out, but it also feels kind of cartoony in a way. It's a very nice look, and yet it doesn't sacrifice on details. Look at these drink barrels. Look at that detail on these markings. There's a lot of detail to be seen, and they take a lot of care to make it look good. It's not just scribbles. Wow.
You sure aren't. We're shipping out to Nowheresville.
Why? What's the problem with it?
Well, it's just so far away from everything.
My wife, my kids, my nephew. I don't even have a wife anymore.
It's out of the way, so it kind of feels like we're being passed over for more important things.
Damn.
But he said it was important for the company.
David, you don't know shit.
Let me tell you something about Terahata. Matsuzawa Kaicho likes to golf, see? Every time Terahata plays golf with him, Matsuzawa Kaicho wins the bet. Why? It's not because the chairman is a better player.
Because he's an ass kicker. Sorry, an ass kisser. Oh, because Terahata is like ass kisser. Oh, no.
See what I'm saying? That's the kind of person Terahata is.
Calculating.
And what about you, Oyama-san?
I was invited to golf with the chairman just once. I won the bet. That time.
Is that why Terahata-san is your boss and not the other way around?
No, I mean, probably not. He's much more senior than I am. I just mean to illustrate our personalities.
Damn.
Intentionally losing to the boss. I couldn't handle stuff like that. Once I start competing, I need to go all the way.
You're lucky, Tomoe-chan. Once you get married, corporate politics will be a world away.
Yeah, see, the expectation that when women marry in the workplace that they would just leave.
Yeah, lucky.
And wow. That was it's fascinating. I don't know if this is because I'm a corporate cock. I actually don't. So I don't know if it's because I'm a corporate cock. But it's hard to explain how this makes me feel. But let's just go back to exactly what the feeling and the scene was, right? This is a frustrating situation to be in. And you can see
This will be a great.
Oyama, I'm
the expressions from the characters, Tomoe
right. Any
and
questions?
Oyama, when they have to do this, and the state that they end up in here, and then ultimately the conversation that they have within the restaurant, bemoaning their current state of being. And again, look at this art. Look at the beautiful detail that is here. You go in.
Wow. After all that,
You sure aren't. We're shipping out to Nowheresville.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that frustration? Do you hear that pain in his voice where he goes, God, really? Me? At this point in time where there's nobody there and there's nothing here? And do you hear the way that he talks about his boss, Terahata?
why? What's the problem with it?
Well, it's just so far away from everything. It's out of the way, so it...
But he said it was important for the company.
Listen to this, listen to the way that he illustrates this. Listen to how striking it
Let me tell you
is.
something about Terahata. Matsuzawa Kaicho likes to golf, see? Every time Terahata plays golf with him, Matsuzawa Kaicho wins the bet. Why? It's not because the chairman is a better player.
Listen, he sets up the like bait. Then he strikes.
See what I'm saying? That's the kind of person Terahata is.
And then listen to
What about
Tomoe's
you, Oyama-san?
frustrations. Listen to
I was
Oyama-san's
invited to golf with the
frustrations.
chairman just once.
In their voice.
I won the bet. That time.
Is that why Terahata-san is your boss and not the other way around?
No, I mean, probably not. He's much more senior than I am.
Intentionally losing to the boss. I couldn't handle stuff like that.
See?
You're lucky, Tomoe-chan. Once you get married, corporate politics will be a world away.
And then listen to her reaction.
Yeah, lucky.
It's hard to explain. When I started my job, and when I got out there into the corporate world, and I thought I was going to do something and make something cool, and I thought I had some level of moral and ethical control over the things that I was going to make, and when I thought that I was stepping into a field full of unknown wonders in a new, brave new world, I thought I was going to make it big out there. And I thought we were all going to be working towards something genuinely interesting and magical. I thought the adulthood was it. I thought that once I got out there, like finally, I can actually make something of my life and be somebody and go somewhere. And ultimately, it's not really the case. This is a great story because it fundamentally highlights the problem in many ways, that the satisfaction that we feel when we work in places like this. It's sort of the same thing that Fight Club tries to touch on in a much more violent way, obviously, but it's that feeling of dissatisfaction with the status quo, with understanding that it's about factors beyond your control and factors that sort of go beyond just the work that ultimately ends up aiding you within the social, ladder that is a corporate bureaucracy hierarchy. This is and you see this play out in various different ways. I look at the way that my coworker was being discriminated against just because she was a woman within programming. The way that she was treated and her ideas were thrown out. It's the same frustration that I feel from Tomoe when she says, lucky I get to step away from all of this. As if to say that her personal aspirations don't matter. I listened to Yama-san saying it's so far away from everything. And it's all because he didn't want to submit himself and change his personality. That who you are is fundamentally at odds with what it means to be at the top of the ladder. And you see David thrown into a situation that's unknown with a caring, but, obviously not at all flexible, mentor, not because of his fault, but because he can't be flexible. This is the way of business. Business is top down. It's very strict. It's very rigid. You have to do the things that you're told to do. There's not really much room for you to say no otherwise. And even if you're in a role where you're somebody who's an engineer, there's not much that you can say about, we can't do this. That's going to be the thing that kills your career. And it's those frustrations, those little things that pile up, and this moment. It's this moment when you go out with your coworkers who all feel the same way. Like, everybody feels the same way. You're all in the same boat. And what's weird is that even your manager is in the same boat in his own special way, right? Like, it's his own unique way of being sort of subservient to somebody. He's just eating somebody else's shit before it reaches you. It's all the same problems, and so you go out, you have a drink, you commiserate, talk about how I can't believe the bonus this year was only $500. We made the company $10 million. You talk about how I can't believe we worked 60-hour overtime. Like, I had to miss important events. Like, and then my one coworker, he had to miss like a very important wedding of his friend just for this one stupid project. And he said never again. It's lessons that you learn too late, and then when you learn them, you wish you could go back and change it all, and you eventually become disillusioned. It all breaks apart, and what you end up with is this feeling of listlessness, this feeling of, I don't want to be here anymore. But you have to, because that's just life. That's society. We built this thing, and it's not very good, but it's the best that we have. This is the only way that we can really survive, and so you have to. But it doesn't mean that the pain isn't felt. It doesn't mean that the pain isn't real. You still feel it. No matter how cozy and cushy your job is, there's a pain out there associated with it that you can't escape from. It's a different kind of pain from somebody who stands behind the counter to serve you food. And I'm in a unique position where I've been on both sides, right? For many, many hours. I used to work at a restaurant for 60 to 80 hours a week. It was ridiculous working every day for 14 hours. So I've been on both sides, and yet even there I felt a greater satisfaction. I was at least in more control of what I did. Not to say, that I would go back to it. It was very tiring, but at least I had some control of my life then, At least I felt satisfied leaving every day knowing that I made someone's life better. and then just make somebody richer for no fucking reason. To go out there and work in a corporate environment, being a corporate cuck. What a beautiful, beautiful way to tell the story. Please clap with me so it doesn't feel awkward, please. Please, everybody start clapping, please, so it can feel like, you know, and then like imagine everyone else clapping, please, everyone please take a part in the clapping. Okay, now get faster. Faster. It's like you're about to come as you're pumping someone's mom, alright? It's like you're about to come as if you're pumping someone's mom, alright? From behind, as if you're clapping their cheeks from behind, okay? Even faster. Now explode. I think this game is a bit of a masterpiece. Again, the puzzle logical elements are really fun, but it's also the way that it presents this world that feels so real, because it is. This is life as it is. It's set in a different time, and yet the struggles ripple and permeate throughout time. Because the struggles of our forefathers, of our forebearers, of our ancestors were just the same as our own. We all had these same feelings, and it's important to keep in mind that perspective, that, you know, everybody is the same in the end. That's the way to move forward in life. That's the way that we connect. That's the way that we are able to break down barriers and sort of become one as a social unit, you know? What a great game. Your new life. South Bend Automotive. Hey there, champ. Sorry for running in so soon, but your mother and I are dying to know what kinds of things you're getting up to in your adventure in Japan. What's the sales team like? Any big wins so far? Maybe you had a chance to hang out with your coworkers at a late night izakaya. Or maybe you've had a chance to play one of those famous pachinko machines. Your mother says you're probably very busy learning everything about the new job and the culture and so on, but you've just plain forgotten to write. Now I know that can happen, but if you need help remembering something, you know what I've always said. Add it to your list. All the best, Dad. What a great demo. I think they've captured something very cooler, and I love the way that they're telling the story. And you see these little like preview snippets, right? These little different things you can do. Like, what the hell is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Like, think about how you can build these things and know that everything that you do eventually leads to a beautiful story about why being a corporate cuck is a terrible experience.